The Carters are finished and they know it. What you're about to hear will absolutely destroy everything you thought you knew about Jay-Z and Beyoncé. A buried video just surfaced, a lawsuit they prayed would stay hidden, Diddy's federal nightmare exposing everyone, and Beyoncé's name mysteriously appearing without Carter. The billion-dollar illusion is shattering in real time, and what's underneath is absolutely sick. Buckle up, because this rabbit hole goes deeper than you could ever imagine. You've been lied to about Jay-Z and Beyoncé your entire life. The fairy tale, the power couple goals, the untouchable empire, music royalty living their best life. That carefully crafted fantasy, it just exploded. A forgotten 2007 concert clip that Hollywood buried, a federal lawsuit naming Jay-Z alongside Diddy in accusations so disturbing I can barely say them out loud. A woman, Jane Doe, alleges that in 2000 at an MTV VMAs after party when she was 13 years old, she was drugged and then allegedly assaulted, first by Diddy, then by Jay-Z, while a celebrity woman allegedly watched. Now listen carefully. These are allegations in a civil case, not proven. The lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot return. That's legally significant. But to the internet, that dismissal looks like power covering up evil. Because Jay-Z didn't just deny it, he obliterated the accusation publicly, called it a frivolous shakedown, essentially said the whole thing was extortion disguised as civil mediation. His lawyers painted it as weaponized exploitation, using Diddy's downfall to blackmail money from Jay-Z's name. His defenders say it was exactly that, a desperate cash grab. His critics say it was a billionaire buying his way out of the truth. Either way, his name is now permanently fused to Diddy's in the darkest possible searches. Google Jay-Z right now. Look at the suggestions. Nightmare fuel. That algorithmic connection, it's forever, and it's spreading like wildfire. And caught in the blast radius is Beyoncé. While Jay-Z trends next to lawsuit and Diddy, the internet does what it does best. It tears open every old conspiracy about Beyoncé and puts it under a 4K magnifying glass. Age conspiracies detonate. Old interviews with Matthew Knowles are replayed, slowed down, over-analyzed. Moments where he allegedly slips about timelines. A Gabrielle Union throwaway comment becomes evidence. Wait, how were they in the same high school if Beyoncé's birth year is 1981? No documents prove she's older, but the rumor ecosystem doesn't need documents. It needs patterns, or the illusion of patterns. In the viral court of public opinion, she's now framed as a manufactured product whose family would lie about anything to build the brand. Then the Blue Ivy pregnancy conspiracy rises from the grave. That infamous TV interview where Beyoncé sits down and her baby bump appears to fold inward becomes the most analyzed moment in conspiracy history. Frame-by-frame breakdowns, free shots, new experts swearing the bump is collapsing like foam, side-by-side comparisons to Hollywood prosthetic bellies. Her team already destroyed these rumors years ago. There's zero evidence she faked anything. But this new scandal hurricane doesn't care about evidence. It cares about narrative momentum. If they lied about her age, if they lied about the pregnancy, what else are they hiding? That question is looping through every comment section like a virus. And then people catch something small but explosive. Beyoncé listed as Beyoncé Knowles without Carter in high-profile contexts. To normal people, a branding choice. To a conspiracy-hungry mob, it's a flare gun shot into the darkness. Fans spiral into full marriage collapse mode. Is she distancing herself from Jay-Z? Is this her secret way of saying, I'm divorcing this empire? Is she done protecting him? Every red carpet becomes a hostage situation. Every hand placement, every forced smile, every side-eye analyzed like a ransom video. Now let's talk about motive, because this is where the conspiracy locks into place. The marriage story gets dragged out of the vault and weaponized. Lemonade is no longer art. It's treated like a confession tape. Every lyric, every frame, every visual metaphor re-examined as evidence of something way darker than infidelity. 444 becomes Jay-Z's public testimony, his apology album, his admission of cheating, betrayal, almost destroying his family. The cheating saga, the Becky with the good hair, the therapy sessions, the alleged rules Beyoncé supposedly forced him to follow after the affair. None of this reads as mature healing anymore. It's now framed as a post-affair surveillance contract in a marriage running on NDAs and crisis management. Think about the optics. The lawsuit naming Jay-Z goes viral. Then, suspiciously soon after, he's photographed smiling next to Beyoncé and Blue Ivy at a premiere, looking picture perfect. Online detectives don't see a loving family. They see high-level crisis choreography. Of course she showed up with him, they scream. She is the damage control. The timeline looks too clean, too perfect. Allegations explode, Diddy slap resurfaces, lawsuit headlines everywhere. Then boom, red carpet Carter family photo looking flawless. To critics, it reeks of image warfare. Roll out the wife, bring the kid, radiate unity, suffocate the scandal with optics. And a chilling theory spreads. Beyoncé isn't just his wife, she's the shield. Her god-tier public image is the fortress protecting the family empire. Every scandal that touches Jay-Z gets drowned by her next album drop, her next iconic moment, her next flawless performance. That's why the Beyoncé Knowles sighting hits different. To some, it looks like the shield is finally stepping away from the man she's been protecting for decades. But the internet doesn't stop there. Old cheating rumors, therapy, alleged control rules, all remixed into a new narrative. This isn't love. This is a billion-dollar merger with terms, conditions, and crisis protocols. Fans speculate about ironclad prenups, infidelity penalty clauses, secret agreements, and who really holds the power, the mogul husband or the global icon wife. Some are convinced Beyoncé's been playing 4D chess, building her empire, securing her wealth, protecting her children, and when the moment's right, she walks away from the Carter name entirely and becomes just Beyoncé, the queen who never needed the king. And then there's the layer people won't stop whispering about. How old was Beyoncé when she really met Jay-Z? Some allege a grooming-coded age gap dynamic, the idea that an older, already powerful rapper locked in a teenage rising star and shaped her entire trajectory from day one. No smoking gun exists, but the rumor machine doesn't need proof. It needs a story that feels true. And in the black hole of TikTok conspiracy channels, it gets darker. Endless compilations of triangle symbols, all-seeing eye hand gestures folded into full-blown Illuminati fan fiction about power, sacrifice, and secret control networks in the music industry. Then there's the name that sends chills, Kathy White, the woman heavily rumored to have been Jay-Z's mistress, who died suddenly in her late 20s. Official record, ruptured aneurysm, natural causes, tragic. But in the conspiracy underworld, her death is labeled too convenient, fuel for people who believe no one around the Carters disappears by accident. Her face haunts every dark truth YouTube compilation as the woman who knew too much. Conspiracy theorists claim she was about to go public before she died. No proof, no evidence, just speculation feeding speculation. Still, her name floats like a ghost over Jay-Z's narrative, a shadow that won't disappear. Stack it all together, the lawsuit, the resurfaced slap, the marriage rules, the alleged grooming timeline, the mysterious death rumors, the Illuminati theories, and the Beyoncé Knowles rebrand, and it starts to look like the perfect recipe for a secret empire finally cracking wide open. But here's what breaks my heart about all this. The person suffering the most in this nightmare is Beyoncé herself. This woman built one of the most iconic legacies in entertainment history. She controls her brand with surgical precision. She's spent decades protecting her family, raising her children, and trying to live with dignity despite constant invasion. And now she's trapped in a war zone where her husband's name trends next to Diddy's in the most vile context imaginable, where every old rumor about her age, her body, her marriage is being turned into a weapon, where people are freeze-framing her red carpet appearances like she's blinking Morse code for help. That's devastating. Leaked footage from recent appearances shows something haunting. The way she carries herself, the way her smile doesn't reach her eyes, the way her hand grips Jay-Z's arm like she's holding on for survival. You can see the exhaustion, the weight, the performance of unity. That's somebody's wife, somebody's mother, and she's trapped in a war zone over allegations she had nothing to do with, at least not directly. And the cruelest part is she can't escape, because the algorithm doesn't care about innocence. It cares about clicks. Right now, her name is currency. Her face drives views. Her silence drives theories. So every time she breathes, people are watching, waiting, theorizing. And whether any of this is true or fabricated, the damage is permanent. The association is burned into the internet forever. The empire is collapsing in real time. Now, this situation gets exponentially darker when you realize how deep the Diddy rabbit hole goes. Because it's not just one clip, not just one lawsuit. It's decades of photos, collaborations, private parties, and industry moments now being re-examined under a forensic lens. Jay-Z and Diddy have orbited each other for 30 years. They've done business, partied together, been photographed at hundreds of events. And for years, that was just industry standard. Two moguls in the same elite circle. But now, every single one of those moments is being recontextualized as evidence. Fans online are working like federal investigators, pulling old interviews where Jay-Z praises Diddy, old award show footage where they're whispering to each other, old club photos where they're in VIP together, and they're demanding, what were they really talking about? What did they really know? It's the exact same pattern that happened with Jeffrey Epstein. Suddenly, every celebrity who ever took a photo with him was guilty by association in the court of public opinion. The photo alone was conviction, and that's exactly what's happening here. Jay-Z's team has gone radio silent on most of this, which to some looks smart. Don't feed the beast, starve the conspiracy, let it burn out. But to others, that silence is deafening, like guilt, like hiding, like praying the storm passes without having to answer anything. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's camp is reportedly in full-blown crisis mode. Reputation management specialists, crisis PR strategists, damage control teams. These phrases are flooding fan discussions. Every perfectly timed photo, every calculated silence, every lawyered-up non-statement convinces people that what we're watching isn't a family. It's a corporate machine in permanent emergency response mode. And the internet loves that narrative because it confirms what people already suspected. But celebrity marriages at this stratosphere aren't about love. They're about brand protection, image maintenance, wealth preservation. So when Jay-Z and Beyoncé appear together at a premiere, smiling and holding hands, people don't see romance. They see a strategy session, a board meeting, a public performance designed to stop the bleeding. And honestly, that might be the saddest part of this entire story. Because even if they truly love each other, even if their marriage is built on genuine connection and partnership, nobody believes it anymore. The algorithm has decided their love story is fake. And once the algorithm decides your truth, it's impossible to reclaim the narrative. This story is exploding beyond just one couple or one scandal or one viral clip. What we're witnessing is how the internet has completely rewritten the rules of celebrity. How one rumor, one frame of footage, one dismissed lawsuit can spiral into a full-scale character assassination that no amount of money or PR can stop. The bigger conversation is about power, about what happens when fame, secrecy, and control collide with the algorithm, about how the public demands transparency from celebrities, but then destroys them when they provide it. Jay-Z and Beyoncé built their empire on privacy, on controlling every narrative, on revealing only what they chose to reveal. And for years, it worked. People respected the mystery, the exclusivity, the perfectly curated image. But now, that exact same privacy is being weaponized against them. Because when you always control the story, people assume you're hiding something. And when allegations surface, even baseless ones, that lack of transparency makes people believe the worst. Think about it. If Jay-Z had been more open about his past, if Beyoncé had directly addressed the pregnancy rumors instead of ignoring them, if they'd been more vulnerable, more human, more messy, would the internet still be tearing them apart like this? Maybe, maybe not. But the lesson is crystal clear. In 2026, you cannot outrun the algorithm. You can't control the narrative forever. And when the tide turns, it turns with brutal speed. What's happening to the Carters right now is a warning for anyone with fame, power, and secrets. The more you protect your image, the harder people will try to destroy it. The more you hide, the deeper they'll dig. The more you stay silent, the louder the accusations become. And once the internet decides you're guilty, it doesn't matter what courts say. It doesn't matter what truth is. The damage is permanent. So where does this nightmare leave us? Jay-Z's name is permanently welded to Diddy's in the most horrific way possible. Beyoncé is being shredded by conspiracy theories ranging from plausible to insane. Their marriage is being dissected like evidence at a crime scene. And the internet is just getting started. Because here's the brutal truth. This story isn't going away. Every time Diddy's case updates, Jay-Z's name resurfaces. Every time Beyoncé steps into public, people will analyze her like she's in danger. Every social media post will be flooded with accusations, theories, and demands for answers. And the most heartbreaking part? Even if every single allegation is false, even if the lawsuit was a baseless shakedown, even if the Diddy connection is innocent, even if their marriage is rock solid and built on real love, nobody will believe it. Because the internet has already decided the narrative. The empire is cracking. The power couple is fake. The secrets are spilling. And once that narrative locks in, there's no going back. So what happens next? Does Beyoncé quietly distance herself from the Carter name permanently? Does Jay-Z break his silence and address the storm head-on? Does their marriage survive this level of public distraction? We don't know. Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. The Jay-Z and Beyoncé we thought we knew, the untouchable power couple, the billion-dollar fairy tale, the ultimate relationship goals, that version is dead. What's left is a family under siege, a brand in crisis, and an internet that smells blood in the water. Stay locked in because this story is about to go nuclear. More details are dropping, more evidence surfacing, and insiders are saying new allegations could be coming that make everything we just covered look like the warm-up. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think the Carter empire is really collapsing? Do you think the internet is right to expose everything about their marriage? Or do you think this is conspiracy madness that spiraled out of control? And the ultimate question, if you were in their position, how would you handle it? Would you address the rumors directly, stay silent and hope it blows over? Or would you lawyer up and fight back hard? Make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're covering every twist, every rumor, every bombshell as it explodes. I appreciate you rolling with me through this insane deep dive. This one was heavy, this one was dark, but this is the brutal reality of fame in 2026. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there. And remember, the internet never forgets, and the algorithm always wins.